Something has been running your life, and the chances are you do not even know it is there. It has no name in your conscious mind. It leaves no obvious fingerprints, but it shapes every relationship, every pattern, every moment where life feels harder than it should. I lived that way for most of my life, and I wish with everything I have that someone had told me what it was. I wish I knew then what I know now. For most of my life, I had no idea that I was living from the basement of consciousness. I had no framework for understanding why my life felt the way it did, why relationships were so painful, why healing felt like such a relentless, exhausting slog. Why no matter how hard I tried, how much I read, how many courses I attended, how many healers I saw, something always remained. Something I could not name, something I could not reach. I just knew that something was very wrong with me, and I had no idea how to fix it. Now, Dr. David Hawkins mapped every human emotional state onto a vibrational scale of consciousness from 0 to 1000. At the very bottom sits shame at 20, the basement of consciousness. Above it, guilt at 30, apathy at 50, grief at 75, and fear at 100. Every one of these frequencies sits below 200, the threshold of courage, the turning point between survival and genuine living. And I was carrying all of them. Shame was creating my life, so was guilt, so was grief, so was fear, and I was completely oblivious. This is what most people do not understand about these emotions. They do not announce themselves. They do not sit in the conscious mind waiting to be addressed. They live in the subconscious, in the nervous system, in the body's cellular memory, in the energy field, and they simply become the atmosphere of your inner world. And from that atmosphere, a life is built, constructed. My life, an existence rather than a life. And I wish with everything I have that I had known that sooner. I tried everything. For 30 years, I tried everything. Energy healing, psychotherapy, inner child healing, meditation, EMDR, havening, plant medicine, shamanic journeys, hypnotherapy, breathwork, you name it. I read every book on positive psychology, on spirituality, on healing and consciousness and the nature of the self that I could find. I attended workshops and seminars. I went on courses. I sat with healers. I invested everything I had, time, money, hope, and heart, into finding the answer, convinced every time that this next thing would be the one that would finally reach whatever it was that nothing had yet been able to touch. And slowly, yes, gradually things shifted, but it was slow and it was hard and it cost more than I can calculate. And all the while my body was keeping the score. Chronic migraines, autoimmune disorder, cancer. My physical body was buckling under the weight of the emotional density I was carrying, because that is what uncleared low frequency emotion does. does not stay in the mind. It settles into the tissues, the organs, the nervous system, the cells, the energy body. It becomes physical. And I kept asking the question, why is this so hard? Why is healing such a slog? Why? I asked it over and over and over, sometimes in anger, in frustration, in exhaustion, sometimes from the depths of an apathy so complete I had retreated into myself entirely, become the hermit, and lost the will to search again. But I always came back because something inside me knew that the question would not have formed in my awareness if the answer did not exist somewhere. I knew that I was being called, not just for myself, for something larger than myself. I knew I had a dharma to fulfill. I just did not yet know what it was. Shame does not arrive quietly. It brings companions. It brings a life. For me, those companions were chronic low self-worth and alcohol dependency. That made complete sense when I understood the map of consciousness, because desire at 125 on the scale is the frequency of craving, of reaching for anything that will temporarily lift the weight of the shame beneath it. Dysfunctional relationships, love addiction, the endless pull toward people and dynamics that confirmed what shame had always told me about myself. And illness, the body in the end will speak what the mind has been unable to process. I was lost in a fog, walking through a labyrinth with a blindfold on, fighting my demons at the same time. Shame, guilt, grief, and immense fear. This was my karma, and yet, no matter how dark it was, something in me refused to surrender. A normal life was not available to me. I knew that. Something larger was being asked of me, and the dark nights of the soul, as devastating as they were not the end of the story. They were the beginning of it. I made a decision somewhere in the depths of that darkness that I would make it count, that the suffering would become the medicine, that the search would lead somewhere. And it did. 7 years ago, something began to shift. Not through a book, not through another course, not through a healer or a retreat or a modality, through a question I had been asking for years, directed this time not outward but upward. Spirit, there must be an easier way. There must be a way for people to heal that is safe and non-traumatizing, that does not require years of relentless effort and expenditure, that does not ask a person to relive their pain in order to release it, that goes to the root, not the surface. I asked the question with everything I had, over and over, and slowly, layer by layer, over 7 years, the answer came through insights, through downloads, through spiritual guidance that led me deeper and deeper into an understanding I had never encountered in 30 years of searching. HART, Awakening Revolution Therapy, was given to me not invented, given. It was a gift, a collaboration between spirit and the superconscious, the highest intelligence within each of us that already knows what needs to be healed and how. A mythology that works not through the conscious mind, but at the level of the subconscious, the nervous system, the cellular memory, and the energetic body. Reaching precisely where talking cannot go. Clearing precisely what years of effort had been unable to shift. The endless search, the relentless asking, the physical pain, the dark nights, years of it, they were all leading here. Hawkins' research tells us that most of humanity calibrates below 200 on the map of consciousness. Most of humanity is living from the basement of consciousness, and they do not know it. Just as I did not know it for most of my life, but now I do. The shame, the guilt, the grief, the fear, the apathy. These frequencies are not chosen. They are not character flaws. They are unconscious emotional imprints running beneath awareness, directing the entire experience of a life, creating the relationships, the patterns, the physical illness, the endless sense that something is wrong without knowing what. And Hawkins also tells us this: one person calibrating at the frequency of love at 500 counterbalances the energetic field of 750,000 people living below 200. Your healing is not a private matter. It is a contribution to the consciousness of humanity. How beautiful is that? Every frequency you clear, every layer of shame and grief and fear that is dissolved, raises the vibrational field that we all share. This is why I believe with everything in me that discovering faster, safer, more effective ways to help people rise out of the basement of consciousness is not just a therapeutic question. It is a spiritual imperative. We are in a time of extraordinary evolutionary pressure. The invitation being extended to humanity right now is to rise, to move from survival to love, from the basement to the heart. And we do not have the luxury of decades to do it. We need to fast track the healing. That's the only way I can think of to say it. This is why HART was given to me. This is why I am here. This is my Dharma finally fulfilled. I know that deep within. If you are watching this and something in you is recognizing what I have described, the exhaustion of trying so hard for so long, the sense that something has never quite been reached, the physical symptoms, the patterns that return over and over, the relationships that confirm the core wound, the quiet, persistent knowing that there must be another way. There must. I want to say something to you directly. You are not broken. You are carrying a frequency that has never been properly cleared, and it can be cleared, not through more years of searching, not through reliving the pain, through going to the root directly, safely, completely. I wish I had known then what I know now, but I know it now. And I built HART so that you do not have to spend 30 years finding what I found. If this has resonated with you, I invite you to take the next step. Book a free 30-minute discovery call with me where we can talk about where you are, what you have tried, and whether HART is the right path forward for you. Or if you feel ready, you can book a session directly. Either way, the link is below. I would be honored to be part of your healing journey. And before you go, please subscribe to this channel. Not just for yourself, but because this message needs to travel further than I can carry it alone. There are people in your life right now who are living from the basement of consciousness and do not know it, who are suffering in ways they cannot name, searching for answers they have not yet found, carrying shame and grief and fear that was never theirs to carry in the first place. Please share this video with them. It is time for people to know that there is a way out of suffering, that healing does not have to take a lifetime, that rising out of the basement is not only possible, it is their birthright. Spread this message. It matters more than you know. From my heart to yours, with love.